welcome you to Cider Park for the first ever game of professional baseball for your Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers. The opponents today in this opening game, this inaugural game, are Amalgamated Baseball Holdings of Schenectady, New York. And here is their starting lineup and batting order at this time. Batting first, number 8, the shortstop, Bobson Dugnut. Batting second, the second baseman, number 42, Todd Gonzalez. Batting third, the third baseman, number 49, Ortiz Ranchez. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 24, Mike Truck. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 2, Orlando Dwin. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 11, Mike Sanandez. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 37, Willie Dustis. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 19, Raul Chamberlain. And batting ninth, the pitcher, number 14, Tim Wakefield. And please welcome for the very first time at home your Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers. Here they are taking the field for today's game. The second baseman, number 27, Coke Can Lloyd. The right fielder, number 1, Hubie Goozle. The third baseman, number 16, Pope Lactavius III. The center fielder, number 5, Grumley Parker. The left fielder, number 7, Rocky Cotnier. The shortstop, number 2, Jake Steakhouse. The first baseman, number 3, Dollop O'Daisy. The catcher, number 17, Curtis Burgess. And taking the mound, the starting pitcher, number 59, Greasy Neaton.
What a day history shall remember. Good evening and welcome to Germantown, Maryland. History in the making, the inaugural home game of the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers. Taking the mound today, Greasy Neaton. An 0-1 start. The Grasshoppers yet to get their first win on the season. However, Bobson Dugnut will strike out swinging to get this game started right off the bat. And their home opener. That is a line shot right to Rocky Cotnier in left field. And this is Ortiz Ranchez, who's going to get that one right past the legs of Greasy Neaton on the mound today. And he will be on with a single, the first hit of the game for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, the defending champions of the Continental League. My name is Lou Fudgewick. You're listening to WFBR, being heard in Baltimore and Washington, which is why it's the home of the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers. That is a line shot right to Pope Lactavius III, and that will strand the runner and bring us to the bottom of the first. Mike Truck 0 for 1 today, and we know what he can do if you've been watching your Continental League. Lining up to bat is Coke Can Lloyd on the mound today for ABH. The defending champions, Tim Wakefield. And he will deal a strikeout right off the bat for Coke Can Lloyd. Coke Can Lloyd, one of the expansion draftees from the Boston Ruffians. This is Hubie Goozle. He's going to hit that one right to Willie Dustis, and he'll step on the bag at first for out number 2. Former Pittsburgh Presbyterian, Pope Lactavius III is up to bat next, third in the position.
Nope, that's high.
And his sort of inimitable swagger, that hip swivel you see at the plate, is known of his style, and it has really endeared the fans of the Grasshoppers, who are clad in their bright white home uniforms with the accents of very pale green. And he's going to outrun that one, lays it right down the third base line. Wakefield had to field it, And with 2 outs, Lactavius is on with a single. Cleanup batsman Grumbly Parker is a new signing. Has not played in the nursery league. He is a brand new player. And he will strike out swinging, stranding the runner. Grumbly Parker, already batting 267. That will take a bit of a suffer. That will suffer just a bit with that 0 for 1. But it is no score after 1. Starting things off for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, Orlando Dwin. He will make contact, that'll be foul, so a 2-1 count. Greasy Neaton gets another brand new signing, and he will get Dwin swinging. So Baltimore-Washington, the Grasshoppers have found quite a promising young pitching prospect in Greasy Neaton. That is a line drive right to the glove of Pope Lactavius III. I must say, that catch is worth a salt. We'll get to that in just a moment. As on the plate right now, after the plate right now is Willie Dustis.
Nope, outside.
And he will line it right to Coke Can Lloyd to retire the side. No score, but that catch from Pope Lactavius III for the second out is worth a salt, which is why it's brought to you by Salt, the seasoning craze that you can find on menus and on grocery shelves nationwide. Just follow the deer and you'll find salt. Found wherever salt is sold.
Outside. That's outside.
Rocky Cottoneer has found himself playing Continental League Baseball after a stint with the Charleston Crows in the Nursery League. And he will walk to first as Jake Stakehouse, former New Ohio Debonair,
Ball outside.
batted .257 last season for the Debonairs, played 77 games, and he will get on base as Bobson Dugnut had trouble making that play, had to dive to just put his body in front of it.
Off the plate.
Seeing Dalip O'Daisy,
Off the plate.
another former Debonair. And it's going to be Dugnut to Gonzalez, outrunning the fancy Dan double play is Dalip O'Daisy, meaning it's only 1 out at the moment. And Curtis Burgess to the plate. Saying this a lot that all these players coming from the expansion draft, as 12 of the 21 players on the Baltimore-Washington roster who came from the expansion draft, and that is going to be a strikeout looking for out number 2, bringing us to the pitcher, Greasy Neaton. I say Burgess is a former teetotaler. Well, Tim Wakefield had an outstanding debut season in Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, an ERA of 4.51, career ERA 4.31. He's 1-0. He did not allow a single earned run in his opening stanza. We're going to get Neaton to drop that one right to the glove of Orlando Dwin in foul territory, stranding the 2 runners and bring us to the top of the 3rd. A couple of hits, couple men left on base. A cagey affair as the top lines of the pitching lineup do battle. Tim Wakefield, Greasy Neaton. Ralph Chamberlain makes contact on the first pitch.
Out.
And it goes to the glove of Curtis Burgess in foul territory. This is to the pitcher, Tim Wakefield, who's actually 2 for 4 this season. So batting .500. His average last season was .333. He knows how to swing the bat and make contact on that baseball.
That's high.
Facing a 1-2 count at the moment. And that's going to be an easy play for Jake Stakehouse. Takes his time, makes the throw to O'Daisy. And it's out number 2. Of course, the Amalgamated Baseball Holdings in their away side, that royal blue with the gold accents. Particularly on their socks, those you can see who are wearing their socks. Up high enough. That's going to be Bobson Dugnut on with a single, 2-out single for him. His first hit of the game. He's batting .412 this season. in his first 4 games. 7 hits. Keeping things going is Todd Gonzalez. Hits that one all the way to center field to Grumbly Parker, and Dugnut had to slide in to beat a throw. A great throw from Grumbly Parker. And that is the thing. It's going to be some of these young players on the Grasshoppers that will be ones to watch for their development. Their unknown quantities will really be something. And that again is Grumbly Parker fielding that one. It's going to be the first run of the game. And Ortiz Ranchez bats in run number 2 for him this season. It's a 1-0 game in favor of the away side. Here is Mike Truck. First pitch. Swing, and it goes. Well, Grumbly Parker had to dive out for it. And I think that is great fielding to only allow the 1 run to score. It is 2-0 with 2 outs. And we go to Orlando Dwin. That will get right past Jake Steakhouse. That'll be another run scoring, and it is starting to get really, really bad news for the Grasshoppers at the moment. A 3rd run scoring this inning with 2 outs, 3 consecutive RBI singles. And Mike Sanandez will hit that one right to Jake Steakhouse, who makes the grab. Strands the 2 runners and brings an end to that at bat for ABH. Coke Can Lloyd at the top of the order, getting things started again for the Grasshoppers, who are now finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. I think Grasshoppers burrow in holes, but perhaps, well, a broken bat hit. He tried to outrun the throw, could not do it. It went to Ortiz Ranchez. And that is out number 1. This is Hubie Guzel. Guzel has a career average of .311. And he's going to outrun that one, as that was a bit of a miscommunication, I think, by both Wakefield and Justice. They didn't know who was going to get it. It ended up being in Justice's territory, but Wakefield, he called him off. Lactanius the third is going to be on with his 2nd straight single. And he's trying to get these Grasshopper fans back into this game and get the team back into it. 2 runners on. Grumbly Parker first swing is going to go right to Mike Truck in center field. There is the throw at home, not in time. It is a run batted in by Grumbly Parker. It's 3-1.
Ball high.
That is run batted in number 4 this season for Grumbly Parker. Now Rocky Cottoneer on the 2nd pitch. Puts it high up into the air, and it is in foul territory, caught by Raul Chamberlain. This is Jake Steakhouse. Jake Steakhouse had an outstanding nursery league career in his 1 year playing for the Memphis Mud Pigs. Has not really found a way to recreate that. He got drafted by the New Ohio Debonaires, picked in by them, and released in the expansion draft. Baltimore-Washington picked him up. He is batting .357 so far this season. 5 hits from 14 at-bats. He will strike out swinging, and that will retire the side. Well, one run scores. 2 runners stranded. Reese Neaton will take the mound yet again for Baltimore-Washington. And will face Willie Justice. And we thank you all for joining us. If you are just tuning in, you are listening to WFBR. Radio heard from Baltimore to Washington and everywhere in between. And of course, the new radio home of the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers. My name is Lou Fudgewick. They're in the booth for game number 5 of the 90-game season of the Continental League for the year 1921. And that will be a single for Raul Chamberlain, bringing the pitcher back to the plate. Wakefield is 0 for 1 today. And again, my name is Lou Fudgewick. I will be providing pitch-by-pitch commentary for the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers throughout this 1921 Continental League season. That is right to Steakhouse, to Lloyd, and a Fancy Dan to end the inning. Well, that Fancy Dan double play is brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more fop in your coif with Fancy Dan. You can try their array of gelatin-based hair treatments, crimping powder, sculpting epoxies, and anything in between. Don't be a Mitchell, be a Fancy Dan. Bottom of the fourth, the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers up to the plate thanks to Dalip Daisy. An RBI single from Grumbly Parker put them on the board, and O'Daisy will strike out swinging. Brings us to Curtis Burgess. That is down the middle for strike one.
Ball high.
Currently 3-1, Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. A 3-run inning. It's going to be out to Bobson Dugnut. Throw to Justice is in time. Pitcher spot, Greasy Neaton up to the plate at the moment.
Off the plate. Strike 3 out.
And he will strike out again. Tim Wakefield is dealing it 6 strikeouts already today. And that will retire the side. So we go to the top of the 5th.
Inside.
And they get things started at the top of the order for both teams actually in the 5th inning. Bobson Dugnut is 1 for 2 today. He struck out and then he singled in the 3rd. That started the run that led to the 3 runs scored in the 3rd inning. He will pop that up into left field for Rocky Cotney to get. And this brings up Todd Gonzalez. 1 for 2 as well. Scored a run. He was batted in by Mike Truck, I believe. No. Yes, Mike Truck. But it does not leave the infield, and it is 2 away.
Nope, that's high.
Ortiz Ranchez takes a pitch for 1-1. That is going to go over the head of Dalip O'Daisy. It's going to hit the corner of here in Cider Park, and that is going to be a stand-up double for Ortiz Ranchez. The man is 3 for 3 today. 2 singles, a double. One of those singles, an RBI.
Ball inside.
Ball 1 for Mike Truck. Mike Truck had the
Ball high.
home run record in the 1919 season.
Ball.
Fell off a little bit. He hit 21 home runs in 42 games in 1919. Hit 20 last season. We say that as if it was a lesser statistic. It's still very impressive. He's got 41 career home runs. He's yet to hit one thus far, but he does bat in a run and make it 4-1 with that RBI single, bringing Ortiz Ranchez home, making it 4-1 with 2 outs.
That's outside.
It is RBI number 3 this season for Mike Truck. Right to Jake Steakhouse, throw right away to his former teammate and current teammate, Dalip O'Daisy, stranding the run-up and bring us to the bottom of the 5th, 4-1. A 3-run deficit yet again for the Grasshoppers. Still looking for that elusive first win of the season.
Inside.
Taking on the defending champions, Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. 3-1 count right now for Tim Wakefield. That is fouled off behind home plate by Coke Can Lloyd. And that's going to be right into the glove of Mike Truck for out number 1. UB Goozle to the plate at the moment, facing Wakefield. It's that right to Willie Dustis at first base. And Dustis steps in the bag to record out number 2. This is Pope Lactavius at third. 2 for 2 today. Trying to find that spot. That is going to be a fly ball dropping. Takes a really difficult bounce. And he is on with a 3rd single, 3 for 3 today, keeping the inning alive for the Grasshoppers. I don't want to put too much on Mike Hernandez there. That actually took a difficult hop. He fielded a farther ball and had to play it off right off the bounce. So nothing too bad about that. But Grumbly Parker, that's going to find the gap between Ranchez and Hernandez and keep the inning alive. Grumbly Parker. is on base with a single, and the tying run is at the plate in the form of Rocky Cartanier. Got 1 RBI this season so far.
That's down.
He's batting .250, 4 hits, 16 at-bats. He is a walk. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. And that's going to be a great catch, a diving catch from Otis Sanchez. Must say that catch is worth the salt. Brought to you by Salt, the seasoning craze. You can try it on anything. Found in your local groceries, your delicatessens, and wherever salt is sold. Salt. Try it on anything. Top of the 6th here from Cider Park in Germantown, Maryland, the home of the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers, their inaugural home game
Strike
here in 1921, and that is going to be a big swing by Mike Hernandez. Strikeout number 3 for Greasy Neaton. It matches his first outing.
out.
First pitch to Willie Dustis goes right to the glove of Coke Can Lloyd. Over the shoulder catch. He saw that the whole time. He thought that was his intention at that point.
That's low.
Excellent
That's
fielding
inside.
at second base for Coke Can Lloyd. He's an outstanding player. A great pickup, I think. I think it was the first pick. If he wasn't the first pick, he was one of the first picks in the expansion draft. Take it back, he was actually the 6th pick. And that is going to be the out number 3, bringing us to the bottom of the 6th. Jake Steakhouse up to the plate.
Outside.
He's 1 for 2 today.
That's low. That's off the plate.
He's the first pick in the expansion draft for the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers, as Jake Steakhouse will walk the first. Was Aubrey Bona. Aubrey Bona will be taking the mound in the next game in this series, this 2-game series. They have a day off, and then they play a 2-game series, the second of the 2-game series on the 8th. The Aubrey Bona up against Oral Mulholland, and that's going to go right to Sanchez. Throw to Dustis is in time. It does move Steakhouse to second, but 1 out recorded.
Nope.
Curtis
Inside.
Burgess has struck out. He's 0 for 2 today. He has 1 strikeout.
Steal. Foul ball.
Foul for a 1-2 count.
Ball high.
2-2. That one is high. Wick is already at 90 pitches in the dirt for a full count. And he pops that one up, gets jammed on the bat. It looks like it's going to be Otis Sanchez's.
Out.
And he makes the catch for out number 2. Brings us to the pitcher, Greasy Neaton. Or will it? It will be Bolivar Roquette. And it will actually be Jim Milliams coming in. And coming in to
Inside.
in a bit of a double switch. Well, Jim Milliams is the new addition to the bullpen. As Bobson Dugnut grabs that one. And it will be Warden Lobster. Coming to the mound for Baltimore-Washington, as both teams basically making their
That's foul.
as they are making their pitching changes at the same time, and that is going to be
You're out.
that's Wally Balk grounding out on his first at-bat. Can't get that past the get that one past. Warden Lobster was picked up from the Pittsburgh Presbyterians.
Strike.
Got a career ERA of 5.02, and he's going to get Dugnut to strike out. Dugnut, a 1 for 4 day. Brings us to Todd Gonzalez. Hits it right to a diving Jake Steakhouse. He has time to compose himself and make the throw. Outstanding 1-2-3 inning for Warden Lobster, and the bullpen coming in huge. Lobster has an 8-2 career record, 2 saves, and a 5.02 career ERA. In his time in Pittsburgh,
Out.
Unfortunately, that is Coke Can Lloyd rounding out, going 0 for 4 today. Guzzo has a single.
Inside.
Had a single back in the third inning. He did score the run from it. But he can hit that one right to Todd Gonzalez, who will throw it right to Wally Ball. For out number 2. Here in the bottom of the 7th.
No.
Jim Milliams has been pitching for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. He's already made 4 appearances in every game, and he gets Pope Lactavius III to line right out to Ortiz Ranchez. That is his first time not on base today. So well done there to Jim Milliams. Top of the 8th, still 4-1. Amalgamated Baseball Holdings holding on to that 3-run lead against the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers.
Strike.
Big swing from Ortiz Ranchez. Gordon Lobster. Ranchez hits that one high and far into industry. It's a solo home run. And Ortiz Ranchez is 4 for 4 today. His first home run of the season. Career home run number 13. And it is a 5-1 game. Now, just after you give up a home run, here is Mike Truck waiting to swing the bat. First pitch is strike 1.
Nope. Outside. Nope. Inside.
That is inside for ball 2. Swing right to Coke Can Lloyd. Throw to Daisy is an easy one in time for out number 1. There's Orlando Dwin, 0 for 3 today. And hits that one into left field. Rocky Cottoneer has to field it. Grabs it on the hop. And it's a single on base for Orlando Dwin. Mike Hernandez is 0 for 3 today. Bottom of the order for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Not so great.
Ball. High.
Bottom 4 batsmen
Off the plate.
are, if I look correctly, it is not good. It is 1 for 12.
Strike 3.
And that is going to be a swing and a miss for Mike Hernandez. Strikeout for Warden Lobster, his second today. He's already got 6 going into today's game. Jim Milliams.
That's down. Strike 3.
And that's going to be another strikeout for Milliams, who will go back to the mound. And he takes on Grumbly Parker. Who jams it foul. It'll go into the netting behind home plate. That has just recently been there to not just protect, and that is a big strikeout to get a Grumbly Parker for Jim Milliams. Brings up Rocky Cottoneer. The nets behind home plate are a new addition, not just for the fans' protection, but baseballs are not cheap these days. It is to encourage returning of the baseballs.
No.
Cottoneer is going to hit that one into left field. Mike Hernandez makes the catch. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Opportunities are starting to wear thin for the Grasshoppers, down by 4, 5-1.
Off the plate. Steve. Ball low.
Steakhouse with 2 outs, 2 and 2 count. Doesn't make good contact. Gets the right to Bobson Dugnut. Throw to Bulk is in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Jim Milliams. And we head to the top of the 9th. Amalgamated Baseball Holdings have the 8, 9, and 1 spots coming up. Raul Chamberlain, 1 for 3 today. Had a single in the 4th inning. Gets it right to Dolapo Daisy. Makes the throw to Warden Lobster, and that's out number 1. Wally Bulk 0 for 1 today. Came in at first for Willie Dustin as part of the double switch. First pitch, first swing. And it's right to Coke Can Lloyd. Throw to O'Daisy in time. And with 2 outs, it goes back up to the top of the order to Bobson Dugnut. 1 for 4 today, 2 strikeouts. Warden Lobster has one of those strikeouts on Dugnut. that one foul for a 1-2 count.
That's outside.
2-2 the count.
Foul ball.
Fouls that one off.
That's inside.
Full count at the moment.
Take your base.
And that'll be a walk of Dugnut. His second time on base. I believe that's the first walk for Warden Lobster tonight. Mildly surprising.
Nope. Low.
Very good outing for Warden Lobster, all things considered. In only allowed the home run, one walk, only a single after that. So all things considered, not the worst of efforts for him. Todd Gonzalez hits it off the wall, and that's going to be a double. Good fielding by Hubie Guzel. And Warden Lobster's day will come to an end, bringing in Fig Peters to get this final out of Ortiz Ranchez, who is 4 for 4 today. A home run, a double, 2 singles, 2 RBIs in total for him.
Take your base.
And that is going to be a walk, so 4 for 4 with a walk for Ranchez. Tells you how on his game he has been today, that they would walk him to go to Mike Truck, who is going to hit it all the way over into the bullpen, into the visiting bullpen. It is he has slammed it in the grandest of fashions. It is to industry, and it is now a 9-1 game. A Mike Truck home run is his first of the season,
That's outside.
and it makes this a 9-1 game in the top of the 9th. Fig Peters gives up. Oh, that is a single right up the middle to Orlando Dwin. He's 3 for 5 today, and the chain keeps moving. Mike Sanandez yet to get on base today.
Inside.
And at this point, you got to feel he would want to do that. He would very much want that, regardless of the scoreline, time of the game, or anything. He's going to stop that run right there to Coke Can Lloyd, over to Dalabo Daisy. And well, one last bit of leakage, unfortunately, from the bats, came from the bats of Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. They put 4 on the board in the top of the 9th. And Jim Milliams faces Dalabo Daisy, Curtis Burgess, and well, pitcher spot, but not certain.
Out.
And that is a bunt laid. I don't know if he even bunted that, but he did not lay that down very well. Of course, the home run from Mike Truck, brought to you by Industry Brand, colognes, perfumes, and fragrances. We're going for a night on the town, and you meet a lovely lady, and she says, "What is that intoxicating smell?" You say, "My dear, that is the pure smell of industry."
You're out.
Found wherever smells are sold. Well, Curtis Burgess is going to ground out to Bobson Dugnut. Go to Wally Box in time. 2 outs. And here comes Fixed Ray Mortgage as a pinch hitter to get
That's
instead
down.
of the pitcher's spot. This is his first this is his second appearance this season.
Low.
Career average of
Inside.
264. Played for the Boston Ruffians last year. 246 his average last year's season. And he's going to pop that one up, and that should be it. Ortiz Ranchez
You're out.
brings an end to the game. And the defending champions have done it. They have taken the win in today's game against the home side, Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers. The final score here from Cider Park in the inaugural game of the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers. The visiting side, Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, 9 runs from 14 hits. The Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers, 1 run from 7 hits. The box score will, of course, appear in tomorrow's newspapers. And the winning pitcher is Tim Wakefield, going 5 2/3 innings. The loss goes to Greasy Neaton, went 6, allowed 4 earned runs, 6 strikeouts from Tim Wakefield, outstanding. And the save goes to Jim Milliams, who went 3 1/3 and kept the scoreboard completely spotless for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Well, we thank our friends and sponsors at the Honeywheat Tobacco Company. Honeywheat Tobacco Company are providing the three finest dandies, sponsoring the finest dandies of the day for all this and all Continental League games league-wide for the year 1921. The Honeywheat Tobacco Company bringing you fresh, hand-rolled cigarettes grown in the fabled tobacco roads of the Carolinas. Any time is a good time for a Honeywheat cigarette. The third finest dandy of the day goes to the pitcher, Tim Wakefield, as we announced his stat line. The second finest dandy of the day, Mike Truck, going 3 for 5 with a home run and 6 runs batted in, including that grand slam home run that he hit. And the finest dandy of the day, getting a complimentary carton of Honeywheat cigarettes, Otis Ranchez, going 4 for 4 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Outstanding day for him. He gets the finest dandy of the day, brought to you by the Honeywheat Tobacco Company, who humbly request that you smoke wheat every day. Well, these two teams have another meeting to come in 48 hours' time. On the mound for that will be Aubrey Bona for the Grasshoppers, taking on Oral Mulholland of Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. ABH, with this win, will improve to 2-3 on the season. Grasshoppers 0-5, still looking for that elusive first win. That is it for us today. I am Lou Fudgewick. This is WFBR. These are the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers. We're glad to have you here, and we will see you next time.